Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new show. Some may call it a spinoff of the old laying the points. This is we're calling it the Big Mac and Tasty Show because I am Alec Big Mac MacDonald, and I'm joined today by my good friend Anthony Tasty Picano. Picano, how are you? How have you been? It's been a minute since we've gotten a chance to chat. We've got the group chats and whatnot, but
Yeah,
face
it's
to
been a minute.
face, it
It's,
has.
it's been a minute. I mean, we saw each other in October. Alec came
Mm.
down to Charlotte. We had an incredible weekend, I would
It
say.
was very fun
We
time meeting the girlfriend, seeing
yes,
Messi.
yes,
Messi
we missed
must
Messi Mas. Um,
until he's
we
offsides.
yeah, he took the anytime score, scored twice, offside once, second time.
Did he score two? I
If
thought it was only the
so,
one.
he scored once off the offside that we saw, but
Yeah.
then when we were walking to our seats, he kicked a free
Oh,
kick that was off the crossbar down. And if the MLS had that VR, that ball was definitely over the line.
okay.
That's not biased. That's not
No,
me
yeah,
wanting to hit
totally
my
not
bet.
biased.
That's just facts. So yeah, I'm excited. It's a nice little spinoff. And
Yeah.
yeah.
We're gonna focus less on betting and more on just kind of talking about sports news. It's funny because Picano and I we tend to have pretty differing opinions on a lot of things. Like, there's been a lot of college basketball talk, NFL coaching talk that we've had, and it's just like it seems like every time we're on opposite sides. So we thought it might be fun to hash it out in a controlled forum face to face, and
Yes.
let everybody get to see it. Everybody deserves to have us go at each other a little bit.
Yeah,
I
if you
liken
guys
us to
if our
Uncle
fans read
Shannon
our
and
group
Skip.
chat, if our fans read our
God,
group
yeah,
chat, they would see mean things, but then also see that me and Alec, like he said, do
yeah,
not
yeah.
agree with each other on certain
It's
instances.
it's just like a differing mindset. It's not like it's no ill will. It's just
No,
like some of the shit you say is like, what are you talking about, Picano? What do you
yeah,
mean? Too many transfers in college basketball? You
it's too many
kidding me?
transfers in college basketball. But nonetheless, we had a busy couple days. Alec, I'm gonna just throw it over to you. T's and P's. Boston fan. We say goodbye to Bill today. Yeah, I mean, I'll have the floor is yours. You can say your piece. This is your childhood coming to an
Yeah,
end.
I mean, you see my walls behind me. This wall is the Red Sox wall. It's all my Red Sox stuff. The wall that's kind of in front of me to the left. That's my Patriots wall, and it's just like I have never known another Patriots coach than Bill Belichick. That's it. That's the only guy. I mean, there's been tons of guys of the Red Sox, tons of guys of the Celtics. Not as many with the Bruins, but they've certainly had their fair share of turnover, but it's
The
always
Bruins and
been Bill
Celtics, I feel like
Belichick.
have been the Bruins and Celtics.
Celtics,
Sorry to
they've
cut you
been
off.
pretty steady. I mean,
Yeah, they
like you
had
had their
some
long
turnover.
stretches.
Yeah, they
More
had some
recently,
turnover
there's been more
more recently.
turnover.
Yeah, I feel like with the Bruins,
It
I
was
mean,
Claude for a
Claude
while,
Julian was for a while, and then they had
Cassidy,
Cassidy,
and
and
now
then
it's
now it's
Jim.
Montgomery. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then the Celtics they went from Doc to Brad Stevens.
Did I don't know if I think they went straight to Brad, and then obviously now it was Ime, and now it's Joe.
Well, yeah, that was just the turnover happened. Just
Yeah, it
kind of
was
had to, but
real. Yeah.
uh,
Hey, Ime's balling now. I mean, all the power to him,
yeah,
them boys. But yeah, it's a tough day. It's as Jersey Jerry would say, it's a sad day, bad day. It's just it's tough. Like on one hand, I didn't want him to be the GM this year. He's just especially the last couple of years, his track record has been pretty rough from the GM standpoint, and I think he's kind of lost some of the locker room, especially with some of the decisions. So I don't like I get seeing him go out as a coach, and of course I would have liked to trade him, but Kraft is right. Like he deserves to go where he wants to go. So it'll be interesting. It seems right now like it's going to be Mayo, which I don't love, just
yeah, I don't
because
love that.
like if you wanted Mayo, bring in Vrabel. Like Vrabel just got fired. Vrabel's proven that he's a good coach, and I
Yeah.
guess he hasn't had the greatest personnel around him the past couple of years, but that's why like he's got draft picks now. You're going to be bringing in a GM that is good. Like I just feel like now, like you're tied to Mayo, who I guess the reports are
I just
he's
feel
been
like
getting
Mayo's
more
the
involved.
same. I feel like just keeping Mayo is just going to be the same thing. I
Which
mean,
hey, I
I
mean,
shouldn't say the
Bill is
same thing.
Bill.
I shouldn't say it's the same thing. I should say that it is the same style.
Yeah,
Because
like
that's the
he
only
learned
thing
from
they really
Bill.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he's never been a head coach anywhere else. So
right.
I don't know. In my eyes, as an outsider, I feel like the writing on the wall is for Vrabel. The most sense makes Vrabel. But
I
I
think
don't know.
it's
I
yeah.
mean, I also think the fact that Mike Vrabel is not a head coach in Tennessee. Okay, so I take that back. I thought Tennessee was going to trade him to get something out of it. I didn't think
Yeah,
that they
same
were
with
going to.
Bill.
Yes, I did not think they were going to fire him. And now that the reports that came out that the owner of the Titans was pissed off that Vrabel went to coordinated on the bye week his Hall of Fame
Mm-hmm.
induction, and then the speech that he made about it doesn't get better than this. There's light
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the tunnel. I guess she took it as, oh, you don't like Tennessee?
Yeah.
No, it's
Didn't
come
turn
out
down
that
reports that he wasn't gonna
yes,
come.
and
Like,
also sat in the box with
mm-hmm.
Robert Kraft throughout the whole game. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like he should that this is his job to lose. And
I
honestly,
I
if
wouldn't
I'm
mind it.
him, if I'm him, keep Mayo on the staff.
Oh yeah, keep him as DC or whatever. Like keep him around. He's been a great part of the team. I just don't know if he's ready to be a head coach yet. And I just
Yeah.
like I would be more comfortable with Rabel. Honestly, though, over the two of them, we are in a position to take a quarterback. Like we are probably looking at the last of Daniels, May, and Williams. Whoever's there, it's probably going to be Daniels. Whatever. If that's the way you want to go, then why bring in these guys that are defensive? Like these are guys, they're defensive minded coaches, which it's great and all. But if I want an offensive guru who can set us up for success with a stud young quarterback, if that's what we're gonna do, I think another thing we could do is go out and get a vet like Kirk or Russ or something like that, and then draft Marv at 3. That would be fun. Or take a guy like later in the draft. Again, would be cool. But I would. We've seen 20 years of Bill being defense first, lock down everything, whatever. I want something fun, like sling the ball around. I don't know. Granted,
Yeah.
I also look at Houston, and Houston brought in D'Amico Ryans, fucking defensive stud, and they've been one of the most fun teams this year with bums. So it's not necessarily the rule that you have to bring in an offensive-minded head coach. You can still get guys around them that like know offense and can build shit. But yeah, like I don't know. It sucks seeing Bill go. That's
Yeah.
just the end of it. It's
One
the
thing
end of
I'll
my childhood, honestly.
yeah. One thing I'll add before we go into some predictions for the NFL coaching is that Vrabel's time in Tennessee, he never really got the offense right. He always had the
He got
defense
one.
right.
He had the 1 year.
The 1 year. And the 1 year he had Arthur Smith. Now I'm just throwing this out to you, Alec.
Was that where he came from? Jesus.
Yeah. You get Vrabel. You keep Mayo. You get Arthur Smith. And then here's my thing for you. Now, I think Vrabel would have to agree to this. And I don't think he likes to lose. But what if you draft Marv now? You don't take a quarterback this year. You do what you said and get Russ or a Kirk or somebody that can just fill the void for a year. And then next year, there is a great quarterback class coming in.
But that's what everybody said this year. Like, and now this year it's
true.
like it's like mid. There's 2 names that are really 3 names now with Daniels. But it's like last year, everybody was like, "Oh, tank for Caleb, tank for Caleb, tank for May." Like these guys are studs, and I get they are probably very good quarterbacks. but they've lost the allure that everybody seemed to have at the beginning of the season because the guy, like in college, they kind of sucked. UNC was very mediocre once he lost Downs and whatnot last year. Like fucking USC, they're a dumpster fire, and it's been a really bad look for those two. Whereas Daniels has the big games, he wins the Heisman, really shoots. He went from like a second round pick to a top 5 pick in a matter of a month, maybe at the end of the season. So I don't know. I like the grass. It's the same thing with firing Bill. The grass is not always greener. Like you can say, "Oh, we're going to tank for a year and we're going to get some stud," but you don't really know. Like I don't know. I would go for the proven asset again. Bring in Kirk. If you get like Marv is a fun flat. We haven't had a receiver like Marv since really Gronk, and obviously Gronk is tight end.
Yeah, you haven't had a receiver like that since Randy Moss.
Yeah. If you're talking strictly receiver, like
I take that back. You haven't had a receiver since Antonio Brown.
No, we haven't had that guy played a game and a half, Picano, and then he got what did he? I don't remember what he did.
I think
in New England.
He got suspended.
Did he? Maybe.
Well, I think that
I thought he did.
Well, he only played one game and had 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards.
He was a beast.
He was a beast. So you're telling me Marvin Harrison Jr. can't put up those numbers week by weekly? You're nuts.
Well, he also doesn't have Tom Brady, so
that is true.
Remember Patriots legend Josh Gordon?
Yeah.
I bought his jersey.
That's funny. Now let's get into some NFL coaching predictions. We're not going to do all of them because some of them are just so curveball-y that I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you. But I'm going to throw a team at you. You tell me what you think. Chargers. Dumpster fire of a situation. Everyone says it's a great roster. That cap situation is horrible. You have to make a lot of decisions there. Tough.
I think it's Bill. I think that's the spot. Unless, because I think Bill is at a point in his life where he wants to win. He doesn't want to do another rebuild like he's been doing with the Patriots. Mm-hmm. You don't have to rebuild nearly as much in LA as you would say Washington. Like Washington would be the other, because if Bill still wants to be GM Bill, Chargers and Washington fired both. That's your spot. You can go to the Panthers too, but the Panthers is such a shitty spot because they traded all their picks. Now you're locked into a quarterback who hasn't looked great, and you can't really build around him, which I don't know. I guess Bill doesn't hit on first round picks anyway, so who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But I think Bill of the Chargers makes the most sense, and I would have loved to have traded him there for the 5th overall pick, but
yeah,
what can you do?
I don't disagree. So we talked about this off camera, but I think that Bill going to the Chargers or Washington are my 2 picks that I think. Well, actually, no, take that back. Chargers and Washington are my 2 picks if the Cowboys and Eagles don't lose this week. And we'll get into that. That's just a hypothetical.
I guess. I don't know if they fire McCarthy. I think McCarthy's safe. I think he is.
That's just a conversation for another day. That's a tangent. I'll be here for an hour. Anyways, if it's not Bill, I think it's Harbaugh. I don't think Harbaugh is going to leave because he made that comment.
Either.
He made that comment, and he says he's a Michigan man, and I think, and we're going to get into this with the Saban stuff. I think he sees what Saban's been getting over the last couple of days, over the last 2 days of him retiring. I think he wants that at Michigan. I think he wants that Saban feel. I think he wants that feel of being like, hey, I can be a Nick Saban, Joe Paterno,
and it
Herbie
is
Smart
him now.
is in this cabinet, and it's him now. He just won a championship in Michigan. I don't think he leaves, but I feel like the Chargers are just in such a desperate situation that they have to nail this, and they're going to do everything they can to get it. I think at this situation, it's not going to come down to. I think at this situation, it's not going to come down if Jim wants to stay at Michigan. It's going to come down to, hey, Spanos family, if you give me a blank check, I'm coming.
Yeah, of course. But I do think even before like the Saban stuff, I thought he was going to stay just because Like, if you're him, what? I don't know what there is to gain. Like, Michigan's already paying him a shit ton of money, I'm pretty sure. He's already coaching a premier program that has consistently been beating fucking Ohio State, which is all he has to do. His entire year is one game. That's all he has. He has to win that one game. Doesn't matter if he wins another national championship. Doesn't matter if he wins the Big
If
Ten.
he
All he
consistently
has
just
to
wins
do
that
is just
game.
beat Ohio State. That's all you have to do. That's it. You're set up for life. And now with Saban being out, he can be the potential new face of college football. Like, he could be the new Nick Saban. I don't know why you jump to the NFL to take over the Panthers, to take over fucking the Raiders, some dumpster fire like that, where it's gonna be rough for a couple of years at least. I don't know. I think I'd stay at Michigan and just fucking live my life. Like, it's a good life. I guess maybe if he wants more, he wants more, but I don't know why you would want or need any more. Like, you're set up.
No, I agree.
I do want to. So, who do you see taking Bama now? Like, who's going to fill those shoes? Again,
I thought it was Sarkisian. The second that news came out, I thought Sarkisian had the job right there and then. He coached there. He's a great recruiter. He just came off probably the best season Texans had in years, and he's going to bring Arch Manning. That's 4 reasons that I would say Sarkisian has the job. Now, it came out that Dan Lanning's not taking it.
Yeah.
Sarkisian hasn't publicly said it, but now with the whole thing that Ewers is coming out, he probably is not taking it. I don't trust
what do you mean Ewers is coming out?
I mean, he's coming back.
Okay.
I don't trust Kellen DeBoer at Washington. No, I think he's a good coach. I think he's a very good coach. I do not think he's never coached in the SEC.
How long has he been there, though?
Washington.
Like, was he there?
This is year 2. He went from Washington. He went from Indiana to Washington.
Okay.
So I think that's
a tough jump. Like, he's got a very talented team there.
Yes. And I think now I have a prediction, but I don't know what would happen, because I think that I don't see this happening actually. But I don't think this is going to be somebody that me and you really thought of.
Yeah.
See, I don't think so.
The one thing that I saw, it was like right before we hopped on, is this NIL shit with Florida State. Are they ineligible for 2 years for the playoff?
See, I don't know, because I just read that thing.
They're let me pull it up.
It's like a breaking thing, so I don't know. Plus, I don't think Mike Norvell is that good of a coach. The ACC sucks.
They do suck, but it's like, it's not like he's not going to leave the ACC. Like, I don't know who they could get that would be better, I guess. If he's in a prime, if it's like, they can't. All right, hold on. Let me see these violations.
You know who I saw today?
2 years probation and disassociating with its NIL for 1 season.
Now, is this confirmed that the NCAA this has been placed on them, or is this just in the works of being like breaking?
No, this is the punishment. So if you're not going to the playoff for 2 years,
take that job.
Yeah, like he's going to be dying to get that. So it's just, is there anybody better than him that might want it?
Now, if Mike Norvell takes that job, I don't think he's going to be. I do not think he's successful there at all.
Why?
Because I don't think he's. I do not think he's that good of a coach. I just think the ACC is just not that good. He beat LSU twice. Now, LSU is not that great under Brian Kelly. They have their shots in the dark for being good here and there, but I don't think they are what they are. Mind you, going back to what I was trying to say, I don't think that the person that gets this job is somebody that me and you will know, because I feel like this is a 3-year thing where Alabama's going to be bad for 3 years, and then Dan Lanning's going to come and take it. Dan Lanning has a 3-year window. By the time then, he'll be 40 years old. He'll take the job and run this thing back. But I really, really was convinced that Steve Sarkisian was taking that job. And this is another thing I was going to say too, that Urban Meyer people are forgetting his name.
No. That guy's a fucking scumbag.
No,
Get him the fuck out of here. He doesn't coach a fucking team.
Urban Meyer, if they're gonna get so desperate, if Mike Norvell does not take this,
he's going to.
But also, too, Alec, you have to think about it this way. This is also the same thing with Harbaugh. If they're getting Harbaugh, the same thing. If they're getting ridiculed by FSU for this NIL thing, because I didn't really look into it, but
he's got 2 years. He can't go to the playoff. Like he can't spend NIL next
year. His name can be on the problem. And that can turn over to Alabama, and he can get screwed there. And they probably don't want to deal. They probably don't want to deal with it.
No, because some assistant already got suspended, so I don't think it's his name on anything.
But it's the same thing with Connor Stallions. But they thought the whole thing was over, and the next thing you know, Harbaugh suspended 4 games. Alabama wants nothing to do with that.
I don't know. I think you take the chance. We could bring in your fucking boy, Coach Prime. Bring a Shador up there.
Yeah, Shador.
That guy sucks.
No, we'll get into it another day. But
yeah, we're
closing out some coaching things here. Our boy Antonio Pierce, New York Football Giants legend, he's staying in Vegas, you think?
I don't know. I really like he would be good, but interim coaches never get the job.
He should.
They just never do.
I mean, him and Versace both killed it in the 2 firings they had when Gruden got fired, and then now when Mike McDaniels got fired.
Yeah.
What's his face is 0 for 3. So,
well, it's going to be a new GM, right? They fired the GM, so yes. I think they're going to let the GM kind of help out. I think that'll be the first signing, and then they'll find a coach. Well, I don't know. It depends. Oh, maybe they could get fucking Nick Sirianni. Fucking shit bum.
Yeah, probably. Now let's talk about some NFL playoff stuff. We got the playoffs this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I fucking hate that.
Monday? Oh god.
Yeah. I don't know why they can't just. I don't know why they just can't have 3 games.
Fucking weekend.
I don't know why they can't just have 3 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday.
It's
4:25 and 8:45.
It's crazy. That's almost like that's the normal NFL schedule, and they could just do that. The fuck.
So let's just give a prediction on the first couple on the games I'm pulling up. Who do you think you got on the first game? I believe that's Browns and
I think I can run through my list from memory if you want me to rip that.
I pulled it up. So that's okay. So first game, 4:30 NBC, Browns Texans. Who do you got?
Joe Cool.
I agree.
Give me Joe Cool. Give me that defense.
That's
no sweat.
That's Walmart Joe Cool, but we'll
that is real Joe Cool. Are you kidding me? The OG Joe Cool, elite Joe Cool.
8 p.m. Saturday on Peacock. I want to throw up. It's going to be 0 degrees. 0 degrees in the morning, and it could get up to -15. Dolphins at Chiefs. I think this is writing on the wall that this is the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
not even
the Chiefs
not
have been
even
so
close.
Dead, and I just think they're going to come out and they're going to murder the Dolphins because the Dolphins have just been one of the most fraudulent teams this year. It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy, and they can't play in cold games. They're just pussies. McDaniel's going to wear that shirt again that said, "Oh, it's not cold enough" or whatever. Like he did the last time, and they got fucking destroyed.
I think he's gonna wear a stupid Canadian Goose jacket.
Yeah,
he's gonna be a douchebag that wears like Supreme or some shit like that. I fucking hate him. Steelers at Bills. CBS 1 o'clock. Bills. TJ Watt. Steelers are 1-10 without TJ.
With Mason Rudolph at the fucking helm. Like, Jesus Christ.
Bully ball no more in Pittsburgh. No. I think Tomlin keeps his job, by the way. I'm going to add
100%. Absolutely. 100%. Nobody expected them to make the playoff.
No.
The Bengals?
Now, don't get me started. Cowboys hosting the Packers. Jerry rolled 4 o'clock. My Cowboys. Fox. Alec, who everyone knows who I have. Alec, who do you have?
Dez dropped at 2.0. Give me the pack, baby. Give me the pack.
Fucking ass.
Fucking Cowboys suck, dude. McCarthy's going to shit the bed. He's a double agent. Give me the Jordan Love is a baller. And it's in like they have gone Favre to Rodgers to Love, and it's just going to be like 30 years of dominance. It's insane. Probably more, probably 40. It's nuts. And yeah, the Cowboys, I mean, we know how fucking fraudulent they are. They crumble when they sense an ounce of pressure. Just dog shit.
I just hope you're wrong. A Matt Stafford homecoming. Rams going to Detroit. NBC 8 p.m. on Sunday, night game. I got the Ramily.
This is one of my locks of the week. I already got money on it. I love the Ramily here. Give me Matt Stafford revenge tour. Not really a revenge tour, but there was all that shit about they were banning Matt Stafford jerseys.
The jerseys. Did you see what his wife said?
And she was like I kind of like you guys, but you guys want to be assholes. Like that. Yeah. That was her sentiment. And she's like, "What the hell, guys? I thought we were cool."
Yeah.
So that's just fuel to the fire. I also think the Rams are just a more talented team. This is a team that won the Super Bowl 2 years ago? Come on.
Yeah. No, I agree. I like
it's
the Rams
just the perfect setup for the Lions to host their first game in 30 years or whatever and just lose to their old quarterback that couldn't get over the hump.
Tale of two different Rams teams. They went from John Wolford when Stafford was hurt to Carson Wentz, and Puka Nacua, man, he's just been killing it.
He's been killing
it. Yeah. The Monday night game, Eagles going to Tampa Bay. Philly -3, 8 p.m. on ESPN. Another tough game because the Eagles have been dog shit since Italian Dom, has been taken off the sidelines. 5-6 since he's been taken off the sidelines. Alec, who do you got?
It's so tough because it's a sucker's pick, but I'm gonna pick the Bucks. Everything you've seen has been, the Bucks are hot, Eagles have been ass. But I kind of believe in the Bucks. Baker Mayfield's got nothing to lose. The kid's out there just slinging the pill. They're well-coached team, fucking Bulls down there balling up. I don't know. I think they can knock off this Philly is in shambles. They're shambolic. Feeble even, as Frank would say. What's his name? His finger's broken. The fuck can he do?
Yeah. And AJ Brown's hurt.
Yeah, I think it's wrong timing for the Eagles for the playoffs. Unfortunately, I think they get bounced.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, my heart says the Bucks, and I need that because I cannot be having Philly come to Dallas.
They won't be because Dallas will be out.
Well, don't say that because you're just gonna break my heart.
Sorry.
But yeah, I got the Bucks. Quick Super Bowl pick. Who do you got?
I think it's going to be very boring. Ravens, Niners, and I think Niners take it home.
That's what my gut says. My heart says Cowboys, Chiefs. Cowboys take it.
Yeah. I think my heart wants, what does my heart want? My heart kind of again, I bet a lot on the Niners, and I have a Niners Bills over Bills ticket, but I think my heart would love fucking Browns to make it somehow, and Joe Flacco wins one with the Browns. That would be nuts.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Honestly, Picano, I think this is we're kind of at 40 minutes. I think this is a good spot to wrap up for the boys. We can do another one here soon. We're not really on a schedule yet. We don't really have a timeline, so people this, we can do it more frequently than we were anticipating.
Yeah, maybe we'll keep it as a part of my take day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But
yeah,
you guys tell us